Lately, YouTube has been feeding me a ton of videos from one place in New York City, and that's West 47th Street, the Diamond District. Now, at first it looks glamorous, but if you watch long enough, you realize it's anything but. Dealers are packed shoulder to shoulder, yelling over each other, waving their arms, arguing prices out loud. Phones are ringing nonstop. Diamonds are getting passed around like poker chips, and every so often the arguing spills over into real aggression. Grown men are stepping to each other in each other's space, tempers flaring, punches being thrown, and sometimes customers standing there watching it all happen in real time. And while I'm watching all this chaos, the same phrase keeps looping through my head. They tell you a diamond is forever. And that's funny because nothing in life is. Jobs aren't forever, houses aren't forever, and unfortunately in this day and age, marriages aren't always forever either. But somehow, a shiny rock that they pulled out of the ground gets the immortality upgrade that nothing else has earned. And that should make you pause. Because West 47th Street doesn't look like forever. It looks like stress. It looks like chaos and pressure. It looks like people fighting over something that's supposed to be sacred. Now here's the part that they usually don't say out loud. Diamonds are not rare, and they never have been. The planet is full of them. Warehouses are full of them. Vaults are full of them. What's rare is not the stone, but it's the supply being released, because scarcity is designed with diamonds, not discovered. And when you buy a diamond, you're not really buying rarity, you're buying a story written about 100 years ago by people who understood psychology as well as geology. Because when you tie love to a product, people start questioning the product. They defend it. Question the diamond, and suddenly you're not questioning a rock anymore. You're questioning commitment, masculinity, worth, and that's not romance. That's psychological leverage. And it works. Now you can see at the moment the box opens, that rush people feel is not love chemistry, it's dopamine. Dopamine doesn't care if something's true. It only cares if the story delivers approval, relief, and status. And once identity gets attached to an object, people will protect it fiercely. Now go back to West 47th Street and watch again. This is not where diamonds are worshipped. This is where they're priced. Hundreds of dealers, thousands of stones, constant buying and selling. Margins matter, timing matters, and the competition never stops. Now, if diamonds were truly rare and priceless, selling them would feel inevitable, not desperate. But it doesn't. It looks like effort, because romance doesn't live there. Liquidity does. Now, diamonds feel ancient and timeless, but the meaning we attach to them is surprisingly modern. Before the 1930s, diamond engagement rings were not the default. They were luxury items, not requirements. That changed when mining started producing more stones than demand could naturally absorb. Rather than flood the markets and collapse the prices, they stockpiled the supply and they started releasing them slowly. Scarcity wasn't discovered, it was managed, and it was mostly managed by one family. But controlling the supply alone doesn't create belief, because belief requires a narrative. So diamonds were fused to emotion, love, commitment, permanence, and status. One phrase anchored it all. A diamond is forever. Now that line wasn't about geology, it was about behavior. Diamonds stopped being jewelry. They became proof. And once proof is involved, people stop questioning price. Then they tightened the script. 2 months' salary was not presented as a suggestion. It was framed as the minimum, the baseline, the starting point for proving how serious you are. Spend less, and you're not being practical. You are being questioned. Your commitment, your effort, your worth quietly put on trial. Once cost becomes a measure of love, the system doesn't need enforcement. People will police themselves. Here's where the illusion cracks. The moment you walk out of the store, the diamond loses value. Not a little, a lot. Try selling it right back and watch the tone change. Watch the smiles fade. If diamonds were an investment, jewelers would be eager buyers, but they are not. They already have plenty. Now, the real market doesn't care about romance, and you can prove that if you walk into a Detroit pawn shop. Walk in with a diamond engagement ring, and they don't value the story. They just weigh the gold and will offer you the scrap gold price for that ring. Now, if you ask, what about the diamonds? Most of the time, they'll offer to pry the stones out of the ring and give them back to you because they just want the metal, not the myth. And that gap between emotional value and market value is where hidden systems live. Now, the system is facing real pressure right now anyways, because lab-created diamonds are chemically identical, visually indistinguishable, and far cheaper, which exposes the question sitting under everything. What are people really paying for? Are they paying for the stone? Or are they paying for the story? Hidden systems don't sell objects. They sell belief, and belief is powerful. People build identity around it. They feel attacked when it's questioned. But awareness does not erase meaning. It restores choice. And that's why I made this video. Boom Dopamine Shift exists to expose the systems that quietly train our brain, the systems that shape how we spend, how we feel, and what we believe proves worth. And now I'm not saying that diamonds are worthless, because art has value, history has value, and symbolism has value. But the danger is confusing emotional value with financial reality. Now Valentine's Day is coming, which means millions of people are about to be told that love has a price tag. But love has never needed proof that you can finance. And once you see that, you stop buying the story. Not because you lost romance, but because you gained clarity. And clarity truly is forever. This is JD. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.